You have hit the button.
I have. I know I say this a lot. It's been a little bit. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay.
Yes.
You set?
I know. I haven't drank since we last talked. So.
Wow. Not even water.
Not even water. No.
That's absolutely shocking. And I don't believe you.
It's absolutely right to not believe you.
Happy Thursday evening, everybody. Baker, it is good to see you in chat.
Good evening, yes.
Glad to see everybody. Hopefully you're having a good Thursday. It is time for some podcasting. It is time for some beverage tasting, some conversation about not only the world around us, but what's going on with us, what's going on with you, what you've been having, all of those things. It's a Twitch kind of evening, Twitch night.
Twitch.
And
Yes.
if you are new to the channel, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith.
And we are About Beverages, and we've
That's
got
right.
some tasting things going on. Actually, you know, I find it kind of funny though. Like, are they even back yet? You're wearing a baseball shirt. That
As
seems a
of
little
Sunday.
strange.
Yeah, no, I'm wearing it because supposedly it has to be there's some approval needed yet, but the two sides have reached an agreement in the
Really?
in Major League Baseball. So,
Okay.
And spring training should start Sunday, supposedly.
Okay, so
There will
will they
be-
still miss some? Like,
There will be no games missed.
okay,
From what I have
Go
read,
on.
the season will start April 7th. There will be double headers to make up for missed games.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
There will be 75 double headers. It's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
Why did they agree to this?
It
It's
started
terrible.
really- yeah.
Baseball is back. Wow,
It's
look at the
back.
little baseball icon there.
Yes.
Love it. Baseball.
I
is
almost
back.
wore my Life is Good baseball shirt, but I think I wore that maybe the last time we got together.
That's possible.
So I didn't. I knew I hadn't worn this one in a while, so I thought, well, we'll break out now. What's going to be crazy though is once this is official.
Pocket,
Hello,
good to see you.
Yay.
Hi.
Once this is official, there's going
Yes.
to be a whole bunch of like a feeding frenzy for the remaining free agent players. You know, like Rizzo's still out there,
Oh.
Bryant's still out there. There's still a lot of players. Korea, there's still a lot of people that once this all started in November.
What do you
all
think?
The information.
You think do you think any of the former Cubs that either signed, walked away, do you think any of them are coming back?
Well, Baez isn't because he's with the Tigers.
Well, yeah. That one's an obvious one.
that would
I
be-
even could get that one correct.
Well, after you mentioned Rizzo last time we got together, I actually did a little bit of reading about that, and it's
on.
possible.
Okay.
At least it was. I haven't read anything recently, but I mean, especially now with the DH, there's be universal DH.
That's true.
So you could still keep Schwindel's bat in there. See if the Schwindy City.
Schwindy City.
See if he's able to capture that magic, which you never know
Yeah.
what's going to happen there. But there's a possibility there, I guess. Even though I guess Rizzo moved out of his Chicago digs. So,
Oh, did he? Did he
Yeah,
sell him
he had
too, or
done
just
that.
move out?
I thought he had. Yeah,
That's always a
thought he-
question.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're actually going to have a little bit of this came out of initially the beer you had suggested, and you were like, well, what else, what are we going to do? What else are we bringing to the tasting table? And we came out with, something that's been going on for a little while now, a little mini, this is a miniature beer arc.
Beer arc.
I kept calling it mini this week because usually our beer arcs, not going to lie, they are long get together.
They're more than
so take
three.
that in mind.
That's right.
It's usually 4 or 5.
Yes.
Probably 5. Let's say 5.
Right.
We usually are sampling or sharing like we just did here. It's not
Right.
like entire beers.
Correct.
Unless we are out at some place. I don't think we're complete lushes.
Yeah.
But maybe a little bit. But yeah, like I said, so that's kind of where this came from. So do you want to talk a little bit about, let's talk about this first beer, I guess, and then we can kind of get into the arc of it. But this is from Dragoon Brewing. You had actually brought this over a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, just because we
didn't get
just
into
started
it,
carrying it at the store. But it's funny. Notice the difference in the can. I think actually those are the 16-ounce cans.
These are,
This
yes.
is a 12-ounce can, and it's got ours has a little a Roadrunner and a barrel cactus on it.
That's true. It does.
So I don't know if that's what the significance is, size and obviously artwork there or whatever, but maybe this is the new way they're going. So
could be. I should have actually looked at that. Like I had seen the can, but then when I searched for this is the link that I have in chat. If you guys are interested, want to find out any of the beverages we're having, see more information. LG, how's it going? LG with your own command there in chat. I'm glad you appreciate that.
Oh, wow.
He was frustrated with something the other day, and he said you should have a channel point redemption for being able to have your own command for your name. And I was like, what do you want? I'm like, I'll just do it. Like you're here all the time. Like whatever. But yeah, so there's the featured beverages right there if you guys are wanting to find out what we're having, what we're trying. And yeah, the link I put in there for Dragoon, I'm assuming it was still a good link. I'm going to double check, but it went right to their website, and it was actually like for their description.
Pills.
I am going to be honest with you. Like if Dragoon's brewing accomplishments and deliciousness is up here, their website's is kind of like a little bit below that. Like the artwork is always good, but sometimes it's not as updated as someone like myself.
Right.
which maybe, they know most people don't care as much. Someone like myself does not actually get that. Bevy is from the Master Grass Runs we did. Oh, that's what it was. The Master Grass Runs. That's what it was. When I whiffed like 6 wells in a row, we kept asking for that's true. That's right. That's what it was from. I forgot. I forgot about that. I'm having a delicious pumpkin porter, locally brewed pumpkin porter, you say?
Locally brewed.
Oh my gosh.
Micro
mini
micro brewery.
So Pilsner is not usually something I am usually look for, anything like that. But again, when it comes to Dragoon Brewing, I have definitely found with some of the beers that they put out, I did not realize that I was interested or liked a certain style until they made it. And that's, like I said, I'm not going over the top with that. There have been multiple styles where I'm like, well, I'll try this. And then I'm like, wow, this is really good. Like, different, maybe not something I'm going to buy every day, but something that's very good. Saw a beer from Dragoon that I nearly bought, but it was a bit pricey. Sometimes they can be like, so the 4-pack of their Dragoon IPA, which is the one usually you can find everywhere. It's got the green little 4-pack, so it's 16-ounce cans, usually $9.99, $10.99, something like that.
Yeah, we have it for $10.99 at Trader Joe's. So
4 16-ounce cans for $11. Again, yeah, that can be a little on the pricier side. When you look at what a lot of us are paying, well, some of us that are paying for beer, what some people pay for beers these days.
Some of us.
Yeah. It's actually when I grab Dragoon, I'm like, oh, let me spend a little less.
Yeah.
But again, everyone's price is different.
Right, actually.
So like I said, everyone's prices are kind of different, but it has gone up a little bit. I think you can sometimes, if you go to Costco, sometimes Dragoon is there.
Yeah, $9.99.
And it's usually like $1 cheaper there. So, but anyway.
Is the LG, is the snow drifting by your window as we speak?
But yeah, clarity on this thing. Obviously, it's a Pilsner. Super clear. Very simple malt bill. You can get all the information again on their website. Lucky, how's it going? Good to see you.
Dragoon's definitely putting more in cans now. They had the Sarcosuchus this year, I saw.
I bought one of those. I love the Sarcosuchus.
Did you not used to like it, though?
I thought it used to be like even more over the top than their... I've gotten more into their IPA. Maybe it's just because, and we've talked about this, where it's like, I have so many hazies that just taste very similar. Yeah. Certain things like peak out of that, but and then it's like I go back to like a Dragoon and I'm like, oh, this is nice. It's a classic like West Coast IPA, like a Stone IPA or something like that. And maybe that's how it was with the Sarcosuchus this year, because I bought one of those. I was like, oh, this is just a nice malty and piney, and just like I'm like, okay, I haven't had this as much. Would I want to drink 3 of them? Probably not. Like in a row, there'd be a lot of heaviness.
Dumping snow. Yeah,
currently, yes, dumping snow for a while today.
Yeah, every time I looked at my weather app, and it was always like 30 degrees, 32 degrees, snow. So,
but anyway, what I did like about this when I did more research, and by research, when I got the link yesterday evening when I was going through stuff, they actually did hop this Sterling and Laurel hops, which Laurel I'm familiar with from Stone Brewing. Used to have a beer with Laurel hops in it when it was more of like kind of brand new. And then specifically they're using Cryo Hops, which usually is a higher alpha content. Like it's because since it's cryo, I forget
more
what the
bitter,
whole process behind it. Yeah, it's like
more
even
bittering?
like if you've got certain things like, well, this is so much of a bittering unit or what, like that's like, oh, these are like double or triple just because of the process. And I forget how that all works. Like I'll look that up while you're chatting.
So because it was there, because I work at Trader Joe's, because I could get discount on it and just wanted to try it. That's why I had grabbed this a few weeks ago. And actually, since I had left that can here and I had wanted to try it, I actually had bought another can.
Oh, did you?
And I for what, I guess I'm trying to expand a little bit, and I actually enjoyed it. A couple weeks ago, I was making dinner, and I just opened one of these. It's 4.6%, and it just has that. There's a nice little bitter, it definitely has that yeast, that lagery taste to it. But I was like, yeah, okay.
I'd have to concur. I'm enjoying this. This is good. Like I set myself up because I was thinking like, oh, the pills is probably just going to be, just the malt, a little bit of yeast and kind of nothing else. And then when I saw today, I was like, oh, they actually did some hopping in there. Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. And like I said, just very clean. It's just very clean. It's refreshing. But it's got that actually a little bit of flavor. Like a lot of times when people are always like, oh, I don't like IPAs or I don't like other things, because they go too over the top, it's like, oh, just give me my Budweiser or my Coors. It's like, well, this is like the fancy and better version of that, where you actually get flavor, right. You actually get things out of the beer. Right. And taste, and that's what I enjoy about that. But this is like a perfect beginning to an arc,
right? Actually, absolutely. And I've been actually reading some articles that have come out lately where a lot of people are going back toward, after all the the hop bombs and all of these sours and things like that. They're kind of going back to, a beer. Well, obviously those things are beers too, but
right.
I know
simpler times.
Right. Oh, we don't want to go back to that. Let's not go back quite that far.
Let's not go back that far.
That's a journey we don't need to take. But and that's kind of, this is 6 12-ounce cans. I think it was like $9.50. So that's nice. That's pretty good for
LG. How's that for you? 6 12-ounce cans for $9.50. How do you say to that?
But I don't know if it's available in your neck of the woods yet, but we'll see.
It's true. So Cryo Hops, I just looked it up. So this is the answer that I was looking for. They're pellets that are concentrated lupulin of the whole leaf hops containing resins and aromatic oils. It is designed to provide an intense hop flavor and aroma, enabling brewers to efficiently dose large quantities of alpha acids and oils without introducing astringent flavors or vegetative material.
Okay.
So yeah, you can use a lot less of it, so then you don't have that hop matter kind of flavor kind of thing. I'm a big fan of $10 six packs. There you go.
Okay.
And 50 cents under. It's in your pocket.
Yeah.
A little extra 50 cents there. Buy a piece of gum on the way out.
I think it was $9.49. It might have been $9.99. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I know.
Does Trader Joe's have gum for 50 cents? What can you get for 50 cents at Trader Joe's? Anything?
You can get a couple
lime?
of waters. A lime, yeah.
You can get a
lime.
lime. 50 cents for the lime or a lemon. This Pilsner, $10 out the door. Happy.
Well, you got tax though.
Shit.
You do have tax on the alcohol, unfortunately. So I know. We just went downhill right there.
We were so close.
Yeah,
we were like
so well.
right there. A laugh, maybe 50 cents for a laugh. Yeah. But no, I'm really enjoying this. I would definitely would buy a couple of these just to have around just for that, because it's whenever I know I'm going to have more than like a beer.
Right. Like
sometimes I like starting out with something like you just talked about with dinner, and I'm reminded of when we watched the Super Bowl, obviously in February. And we were just kind of making just a bunch of like little hors d'oeuvre things just to watch the game. And it's like, as I was doing that, I was like, well, I'm going to have a beer while so I looked for my lightest thing that I had, which,
the beginning of the arc.
The beginning of the arc.
Beginning of the beer arc. Yes.
So this started when we were actually out. It was one of our
I think one of
our
the
U of A
times
get-togethers, right?
too.
Yeah. So it was at a local restaurant for how many years? What will it be this year? How many years have we been going to U of A games? And
well, it started in 1998. So this will be the 25th year.
So older than some people in chat.
Yes.
We have been actually going out and going to a football game and either before or after, getting food, getting beers, that kind of thing, just hanging out for a very long time and just having great conversation and everything else. And that was where it started the arc of like going from a little bit light to dark. Sometimes that could be within alcohol or, how hoppy, like there's a lot of different factors. Yeah. It's not just simply just like color or maltiness. It can also be like, well, that one sounds good. Well, it's not too bad. That one's only 6 or 7%. Like, okay, we could do that one here. And then it's like, as it gets darker.
Yeah.
The pitfall in this plan is the drive to Trader Joe's. Damn.
It's true. That is a long drive
in the snow
to Prescott, especially in the snow. Yes.
Yeah. Is there maybe there's an Uber or a what would be like a is there an Uber Eats or something like that? Does DoorDash do alcohol?
There's something called like Drizzly or something that does.
That's it, Drizzly
does alcohol, but I don't know if that includes going to your neighborhood Trader Joe's or not. I don't know. Maybe it does.
That 6-pack now costs you $45.
But you didn't have to leave your house.
That's right. That's right.
Look,
there's even a little lemon in there too, like the little
as it warms up a little bit. Yeah.
No, that's actually really nice. I like that. I'd probably like about 4 more ounces though.
Give me the size in the picture there.
Yeah, can I have the size that's in this picture? That would be
probably won't be that price though, or it might be, but it's only
4 cans.
Well, 4. It's 16. It's 64 ounces. Yeah, I suppose 72. Close.
But yeah, Dragoon Pills, and this is one I believe is year round. Like I've seen this one for a while, not in this look, but I know obviously because of this picture they must have had it for a little while.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it is, but like this is a different. Even what we've been getting at the store is different than like even what I saw at Tap and Bottle recently.
Oh, interesting.
Or maybe it was Captain Cork's, one of those places. I was like, okay, they have it, but just a different in the different size can. So, so we haven't been together here for a couple of weeks. Was it everything you hoped for and more?
It was good. Yeah, okay. It's really good. It was a lot of fun. A lot of gaming. Keith is obviously referencing Destiny where we've been. That's why there was a 2-week hiatus, because there was grinding to be done. There was things to be played. There was raids to be done to achieve, which we finally finished the other
Friendships to forge.
Chips to forward, some to go down in flames, and some to get bigger. No,
wow.
Some to burn brightly like a phoenix rising out of Arizona. But yeah, no, it's been a lot. Like I said, it's still obviously ongoing, but the big portion is, like I said, it's kind of out of the gate and done. And it was a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun doing the raid. We were together. A group of 6 of us struggled for 16 or 17 hours, all our computers working and minds working to figure out puzzles and do mechanics and all that kind of stuff. And it was very cool. It was a good group of people, and I thank all of them for hanging out and just having a good time.
Do you take bathroom breaks, I hope?
We do.
Food breaks?
And there was food breaks, yeah.
Okay, good.
No, that's usually the discussion leading up, not only like what are you organized, like, are you getting this done? What are you going to be ready with? What's your, different loadout going to be? All that kind of, like all those kind of, and then it's also usually like, hey, what'd you get for snacks? It's like, what are you getting? And people are like, well, I'm gonna have some beef jerky, and then I've got this meal. And some people did have some like Trader Joe's things, and like some other, and then I had like, so I was like, well, I've got these burritos. It was like all this kind of conversation of
porta potty
hummus
right
was a big
here.
one. Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah. Why is Andrew lower all of a sudden? Oh, that's because he's.
I'm done. I ran a hose.
Excuse me. May I go to the bathroom?
Yeah, exactly. Do the Steve Martin from Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Excuse me. But yeah, did some of that. Hummus was a big one. Topic of conversation. That was a couple people had hummus. Yeah, like what were the favorite hummuses? Like I said, usually I go for the garlic or there's like the olive like tapenade one or whatever. And then someone we were playing with was like, oh, you need to get the roasted red pepper. And I was like, yeah, I've got that one. That one's a really good one too. So. That was a favorite. Either some pita chips or even just regular chips are good. I mean,
it's good on a sandwich too. You can make.
Oh yeah,
depending on what you want to use.
A burger.
Yeah, well, I've never done it on a burger.
Get that nice extra flavor, like the garlic. If you get the garlic hummus one, get that.
Yeah, a thin layer of that. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but sandwich would be excellent.
Oh yeah, it's
nice
good.
Crisp lettuce and tomato. Like if you almost did a BLT and then put that on there.
Could you? Well, yes. Never thought about it. Usually, like those sandwiches.
I know you don't think of a lot of meat things, so maybe
but I do like meat.
But
no, that's fine. But like I said, I do it like at Beyond Bread makes a sandwich, and it's got that and sprouts and tomatoes and cucumbers, and it's just.
Oh, I have had that. It's
very
before.
fresh.
Oh gosh, they have a chicken like a chicken something at Beyond Bread that's really good too, where it's like a pita bread, almost like crust, and then it's like chicken, and then it has like an olive tapenade thing on it too.
That sounds good too.
And there's some red pepper. That one's good too. All right. And there's one with brie cheese that's good, but it comes with the Iron Maiden bread. You got to ask for it.
Oh, yeah.
You got to ask. If you ever order a sandwich and I forget what kind of bread that is.
Pocket gets it's not on the menu anymore. It's called Franz Fromage. And yes, it does come with I think it comes with the death bread. It used to be, was it Bart's Bag, I think was a brie one that was that and turkey, I think.
Yes. Yeah. The brie and turkey.
Yeah, that pointy, crusty bread.
Yeah, we used to call it the Iron Maiden
right
bread
into the roof of your mouth.
Exactly. Oh. Yeah, get a softer bread. Yeah. You can ask for other bread. And I think they even used to put a picture on the menu too, where it didn't look like Spike, but it looked like, they kind of designated it like that's a sturdier bread.
Watch out for the deadly bread.
Watch out for the deadly bread. But yeah, it was great. And then so baseball's back. There's been we were talking as you came over here, there's football signing things. The football market's kind of going crazy. Obviously, my Bears have new coaches. That's going to be interesting to see what they do this year before the draft. The draft being April, probably.
Yeah, usually it's in April.
Late April, so that's going on.
Usually it's about the time I'm brewing beer with you and Jason.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we'll have to try and work that out this year. We didn't get to do it last year. Yeah, so I'll have to try and work that out. New Batman movie came out. Figured I'd wear the shirt again today. Went and saw that.
So I saw your tweet. You were quite... you spoke quite highly of it.
It's excellent. Okay. It's excellent.
I heard it was long though.
It's almost 3 hours.
Okay.
It did not feel that way. Like it was one of those ones where I was like, as it was kind of building, I was like, oh no, it's almost over. It was I literally thought that in my head. I was like, oh no, this is almost ending. It is. I don't like to, like I said, that was one of those things too, because other people have been asking me in chat during the week when I've been streaming and stuff, and talking with Lucky, who he's going to go see it this weekend because he didn't this last, because he was also raiding with another team. But like I said, we had multiple.
Lucky betrayed.
No, not betrayed at all.
Oh, no, no betrayal. Sorry.
We are part of the clan that he has created. So we're part of a larger group. Like I think there's like 75 or 80 people in this group, and then he's always had this kind of this main team. So then they were kind of going. So it was kind of cool. 2 different groups from the same. We're both kind of
checking on each other.
A little bit every once in a while, I think. But yeah, he's going this weekend, and he was like, "Oh, would you like?" And I was like, "Well," I said, "I never like overhyping something because then that can bring you. You can also go in with." I said, "But no, it's definitely It's very close to probably my favorite Batman movie. Like it is.
Wow.
It's everything I want out of a Batman movie. It's Batman the detective. Like he was always known as like the world's greatest detective. Like, you know, figuring out puzzles and all that. Like that was like, that's why he went up against the Riddler and the Joker, was because he did all that stuff. And a lot of this movie was like, obviously there's action stuff in it, and it's, you know, takes place where, you know, it's like only 2 years into him being the Batman. So it's not like, it's nice because they don't do the whole like, oh, we got to see his parents get shot again. Like they do a really great job of, if in some way you have never known that the Batman, his parents were shot and that happened, if there is some way that you have not gained that knowledge through osmosis, they dip into it in just the right way where you don't have to be like, yeah, we know it. Like they do a really great job with that and set up some other relationship things. But yeah, he's a detective and he's figuring things out. And then, you know, it's just awesome because they don't make, you know, they don't play into, they kind of went a different route. They didn't do the, like, he's Bruce Wayne and he's the playboy and all, like they kind of went away from that. They kind of went more that like, that he's the Batman and then he's like a little awkward, a little bit a loner kind of in a way. And like, you know, and that's why he kind of was a little more introverted and did this as well. Not only because of what happened, but just because of his person. And that was really cool. And just, yeah, it's great. And he does it, you know, everyone does the different voice thing too. You know, like that's the, which honestly, that's the part for me whenever I talk about how, like, because I think The Dark Knight is fantastic, but it's, you know, I think I saw some reviews where it talked about The Dark Knight is almost more of a villain movie than a Batman movie because it's about Heath Ledger and, you know, his performance just takes things over and everything else works within that. And it is a Batman movie, but at the same time, it's like, that's almost the focus is how he deals with this thing. Whereas this is more about like, this is about this is about him. Like he's probably on the screen as the Batman for like 70% of the movie. Like it's a lot and it's great. And they do a good job of all that kind of stuff. But
so Cedric Diggory does not disappoint.
Cedric Diggory?
Oh, Robert Pattinson.
Oh yeah, that's funny. No, he does. Yeah, he does great. Like, but yeah, the voice. Like I said, that's the one thing I don't like about The Dark Knight. Like the first one, he did like a decent balance of it in Batman Begins, and then also The Dark Knight, he was like, I feel I need to growl like an animal, and then the last one is just really bad when he talk like he feels he needs to talk like this, and it's just so ridiculous. I'm sorry, I'm a huge Batman fan. I love those movies, but like it's just bad. Like it's not great. But this, he finds a different where he does a different, but it's just like if I just talked a little deep, it's like he just goes a little deeper with it and it's perfect. Like it's literally perfect. You can understand him and it just makes sense. Okay. And yeah, like the relationships, I forget what his name is, but the guy that plays Jim Gordon is great. He's in Westworld and he was in the original Casino Royale movie and stuff. I can't remember what his name is right now, but he's fantastic. Zoe Kravitz is awesome as Catwoman. Like just amazing cast and just the story. And just
Colin Farrell is the Penguin.
Colin Farrell is great. They just do a good job of setting up Gotham is not like, oh, Gotham is Chicago, Gotham is New York. Like, you know, usually it's when you see like even that, like, you know, they film a lot of stuff in Chicago and different places. Like, oh, Gotham is actually just looks like Pittsburgh. You know, they do a great job of where Gotham is literally a character and it just feels like it feels like a different place. And it just like that feels really neat. And just the camera angles, like some of the stuff is a little Quentin Tarantino-esque where it's like the shots are very interesting, but they're not over the top. They don't take you out of the movie. It feels like, actually my wife commented on, she's like, it felt like I was actually there. Like it felt like, you know, like little things like when he gets on the motorcycle and he's watching someone like behind him, like drive off. The camera angle they show, it makes you feel like you're the one that actually sat down the motor. So you almost feel like a part of the movie. And the music and the score is really good. It's like understated where it's like, it just kind of comes in when it does, but you can really hear the sound effects of like, there's, you know, obviously it's nighttime in a city. Of course it's going to be raining because that looks beautiful. When it's like raining, you can hear like the rain just like plinking off, like the sound, like it's like just not a generic rain sound. It's like, oh, I can hear it hitting the gas tank or I can hear it hitting the car. Like, just, I don't know. There was just like so much of it just, and it's a pulpy, like noir movie too. Cause he narrates it too. Like the Batman, like at the beginning, it starts, it's like, the city is a place. And like, it's like a Maltese Falcon thing where it's like someone's like narrating the movie and it's like this, the tech. Wow. It's great. Like, I think any people, even that maybe aren't even fans of the Bat, I think it's like a great movie and great. Like, yeah. So obviously I like it. I've talked about it way too much now. I've said way too much.
Well, I got that from your tweet that you were, that you enjoyed it quite a bit. So that's good. Yeah.
Well, apparently some big football news may have just literally dropped. I just got a text here and I'm going to
We're going to the interwebs.
You're going to see here.
Got to verify.
As we slowly start to type in, Keith is going to see. Bears agreed to trade Khalil Mack to the Chargers.
Wow. Okay.
That was what I had been hearing, a little bit of rumors, not about that specifically, but I just got a tweet from a very good friend, or a text from a very good friend that said, well, it looks like my 2 Khalil Mack jerseys are worthless now.
Well, they're classics now. Now they're worth even more. Huh. Okay.
Compensation update. Chargers are expected to send 2022 second-round pick and a 2023 sixth-round pick to Chicago Bears in return for Khalil.
That doesn't seem like a lot.
That doesn't. I mean, but obviously if they take over the contract, let's see. Sorry, football update. This is big in my world. Else Adam Schefter of ESPN. Giants releasing punter. Trade a day NFL. So yeah, Russell Wilson officially from the Seahawks. Carson Wentz to the Commanders. Khalil Mack from the Bears to the Chargers. Dragoon still does the open tops? What do you mean by that, RX?
Open tops.
Top of the morning to you? And
I
how's it
also
going?
love the easy opening can.
Khalil Mack is now expected to be handed back to the SUS team with Joey Bosa. So Bosa and him. Compensation update. Chargers expected. So we'll get another. Well, I mean, we only had 5 picks this year, and that was one of the things they talked about, that it's like we would be looking for other picks in any way we could find them, possibly. The top of the can opens as if the can is a glass.
Oh, it's just a pop top.
This one, so this picture is slightly inaccurate. I grabbed this from their website, but the can we actually do have is actually this regular 12-ounce looking soda can. Boop.
That's, I think, on most of their.
I'm trying to think. Yeah.
I know, like.
But it was good, though. We did enjoy it. Pure, smooth lager, which I am not usually a lager fan. Yeah, those are the tall boys. Yes, these are the tall boys. That's correct.
Mother Road used to have like a wider pop top on
yeah,
there. So I don't think they do that
It wasn't
anymore.
quite like the Mickey's Big Mouth, but it was like a wider opening,
odd,
though. Yeah, which was funny.
Yep.
Yeah, that was interesting. Wow, there you go. Breaking news as it pertains to
you hear it live.
Yeah, apparently I don't know about
AboutBeverages
either. Yeah. Mother Road it was. Oh, okay. Yeah. Mother Road always had those bigger openings in too. Yep. I did actually really enjoy that. That is a good starter beer. That's a good beginning to an arc, as we said.
The arc
we've been talking about this evening. That's how the arc begins. Normally after something like this, we would probably go into specifically like either a pale ale or a light, or probably we'd probably skip pale ale. I'm going to be honest with you. We'd probably go into some sort of either hazy IPA or regular IPA, but a little lower in the alcohol, maybe that 6 to 7% range, and then we would almost work through possibly a couple different
sour,
IPAs,
maybe even.
That's true. But sour to me, like I always like that one almost as a palate cleanser before I go to like the darker stuff. Like you do a couple IPAs and that sour tart can kind of clean up, anything kind of. Obviously, water does that too. It's always good to drink plenty of water as you're doing your beer arc.
Or even like I saw Dragoons now they have that the Brett pale ale. I forget, it's like called something Pale Rider or something. I saw that in a can the other day.
Okay, is that like the Brute that we had from? Didn't Wilderness Brewing? They had like the Brute IPA.
Yeah, it's not a Brute. It's a Brett.
Oh, it's Brett specifically.
Yes,
interesting.
It's a pale. It's like, I think it's called Pale Rider or something like that, and it's a.
Now I gotta look that
pale
up.
ale with Brett.
Pale Dragon?
No.
Pale Drago? Billy Drago?
No, maybe it's not Pale Rider.
Pale Rider?
It's pale.
Drive Ready?
No. I don't even know what that is. Dragoon
Brewing. Type in pale.
There you go.
Refraction? No. GPO?
No, what the heck is that? I don't know. I saw it the other day, though. It's the one with Brit, because I almost bought it.
Only you'd have bought it. Baja Brett Pale Ale?
I didn't know that's what it was called, but maybe it is. Maybe it is.
Baja, a special.
Is it recent?
Mesquite honey?
Okay.
No?
I didn't think that's what it was, but who knows?
Pony Express.
That's the one.
Thank God.
That's the one.
Jesus
Pony
Christ.
Express. Yep, and it's got like a little unicorn
Pony
label on it.
Express is a strange breed. It's essentially an American pale ale, pale, crisp, and hoppy, but is fermented entirely with Brettanomyces bruxellensis. Bruxellensis. The Brit fermentation produces a very dry beer with tropical fruit, earthy and spicy aromatics. The end result is a wildly complex beer that evolves with every sip. Try Pony Express's sweet and sour chicken or almond cream tarts. That is actually the name of someone that works at the brewery. Is almond cream
with
tart.
Almond cream? Yeah, come have a Brett with almond cream tart.
Yeah. He works at the bar.
The Pony Express. Yeah,
that sounds good. Why did you not buy one of those?
I've had it. But I think I had it before. I think Brian bought a growler of it once.
Well, son of a bitch thing.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Every time I charged up for summer in 100-degree weather, I long for the Dead Serious from Wilderness.
Oh,
ooh, that sounds really good.
Okay,
What is that one? Let me look that. I love Wilderness Brewing. They had a triple that when we were up there a while back when we went up into that neck of the woods. See. It's a Gosa style. Nice.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah. So it's a collaboration beer with, what are you going to say that? What do you call that? Caracal Brewing Company. It's a one they did with them. Look up theirs. There's a Wilderness tasty blend of Dead Sea salt, coriander, and grapefruit from the Jordan River Valley recreates a delicious tart Gosa for the adventurous drinking soul. That sounds delicious. It's very much reminiscent of the
Sea Quench?
The Sea Quench, thank you. From
at least in description.
From Dragoon. So, no, the Sea Quench.
Everything's from Dragoon.
Apparently everything is from Dragoon. From Sam Adams, right?
Dog.
Sea Quench?
Well, is that what it is now?
No, I just had to say that.
Dogfish Head.
From Dogfish Head Brewing. Yeah. Oh, that sounds delicious. I'll have to look out for that one. I love a great Gosa when it... great Gosa. Great horny toads.
Good, great Gosa.
Sea Quench is... Yeah, I like the Sea Quench as well. And that one they put in like giant tall cans now too, which is always odd. It's like, I really need to be quenched. And also that style, wasn't there an article in Imbibe a long time ago that was talking about that as like, was it a great workout or
actually
hydration?
Rehydrating, yeah.
I mean, why have Gatorade when you can have one of those?
You can have a Sea Quench, of course.
100% accurate.
Or a Dead Serious.
A Dead Serious.
Yes.
All right, let's go grab our next beer of the evening, of the arc, as it were.
Yes.
Does that sound good? We're going to go grab that. That one we'll actually podcast on. It'll be the first podcast of the evening. Okay. We'll also podcast on the last one if you guys want to know what we are going to be having over that time. There you go. There's the links for everybody in chat. We just had the Dragoon Pills, and then we're going to move on to the Burning Cities Red IPA from New Anthem Beer Project. I'm very excited about this. This one has been hyped up almost as much as the Batman, so I'm very excited for it. We'll see how it plays out, but yeah, we'll be right back. That was almost like perfect timing of that song ending, I think, for the most part.
The one little drum part that reminded me of Burning Down the House.
Bree, thank you so much for the 37 months. That's
37 months.
Fantastic.
That's almost a year. Oh wait, no, that's over 3 years.
That's over 3 years.
It's over 3 years.
It's over 3 years. It's almost 4.
My math, I'm sorry, was off there.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And I did just look at Twitter. Finally, the cooking stream we've all been asking for is about to happen. Is it next week? Is it middle of the week next Wednesday? Did I misread that? Please promote away. Tell me when it's all happening. So
shamelessly self-promote on our
shamelessly
channel.
Self-promote. Do it.
And we have to maybe atone for a redemption that happened.
We will. RX, we will atone for that redemption as soon as I can actually click on it myself. You will get that one. Sorry, that.
Is it gone? Okay, maybe tide us over with
sometimes
with a Pete or.
Wow, that sounds dirty as hell.
Tide us over with Pete.
Actually looks like I can't redeem. All right, here we go. No Merlot it is for you, RX. Thank you for the redemption.
And if they want to drink Merlot, we're drinking Merlot.
No, if anybody orders Merlot, I'm leaving. I am not drinking any fucking Merlot.
Okay. Relax, Miles. Jesus, no Merlot.
Always a classic.
Yes.
I do love that one. But yeah, please promote away. That will be very exciting. And also what you made tonight also looked good. It was some sort of like pita. Was it like a pita bread thing? We were kind of guessing on it, but it looked delicious.
Pita, something like that.
Pita bacon, a fajita and a pita?
No habla español, senor.
Yeah. That one's so good. Those are ones where like Cliff's going a little over the edge though on those two where it's like, oh God.
He puts the potato on them.
Yeah. Little.
And you want people to know this.
Spitting image of Richard Milhouse Nixon.
And you want people to know this.
You actually want people to know that this is happening.
Come, man. know this.
Yeah.
We're doing a podcast tonight, and we actually want people to come
Yeah. So
know
let's
this
not do that.
and watch this. So
Actually, oh, okay, that's actually low enough. I can leave that there. But yeah, all right. So we are going to record a podcast. When we record a podcast, we do take down a few things. This entire archive does find its way up onto YouTube, and so I would greatly appreciate it if you guys are enjoying what you see here and have been hanging out for a while. Another great way to help out the channel is to hit the subscribe button on YouTube. You'll never miss any of the content that we have. Like I said, the little mini podcasts. If you miss a Thursday, the whole show goes up. If you don't want to see the whole show, we usually pull out, you know, one, maybe two podcasts, depending on if there was, you know, what we feel was the best. We kind of put that one out there. The most interesting conversation, that's the one that goes up as its own separate little podcast.
sometimes most relevant, or we need to get it out because
That's actually a
might
good way
be
to put
something
it.
that might disappear quickly, or is seasonally, seasonally related as well.
Yeah. So any of those things, like I said, do wind up going up there. So I would appreciate if you want to do that. And I'll say Twitter is a great follow too. And while you're there, I'm going to got to go over this section, and then I got to go here. There's so many different things here. Also, since we were just mentioning it, just follow Bree on Twitter though. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Make the
Watch
link,
the cooking show.
Make the link nice and easy, so when you know she's doing the cooking stream, boom. Did I go back to the right spot? I did. I made it to the back to the right spot. Whew, that was. And actually, I forgot to mention, this is what I was going to hit with earlier. So I'm glad to hear the baseball is coming back, and there's someone else that's happy too.
Really good.
Yeah,
Tim
Tim
Kirchin.
Kirchin is very excited that baseball is back.
Really good.
Yeah, he's happy. He is very happy. So I don't know how do you feel about the CBA?
Really good.
Okay, he likes the CBA. That's good. That's good. The owners might be a little
Disappointed!
but overall, it's probably going to be good for everybody. Thanks. And all the balls. Wait a minute. What kind of balls were going? I missed that on Twitter. What kind of balls
Maybe
are
it's
on
baseball.
Twitter? Yeah, all the baseballs. There we go.
Baseballs.
Oh, thank God. I
All
was
the
like, what is
balls.
going on Twitter here? I missed that. I didn't know if there was a
AC/DC?
meatball thing that I missed out on. Yeah, I've got big balls. Yeah, we've got the
Could be that.
AC/DC reference. For sure. All of those things. Yes, it is good to. I am shocked that they're not going to miss any games, but that is good to say. No baseball. There we go. No missing of baseballs. But anyway, so taking down some extra stuff since this is the standalone podcast that usually gets the most feed, most airtime or whatever. So we kind of keep it like this. But
Right.
since
Keep it
we're already
clean.
recording, whenever you're ready. I knew bridges could burn. Did not know cities could burn as well.
Unfortunately, they can.
Oh yeah, we probably shouldn't get into that. That's
Yeah.
a bad opening. Doesn't start there. I all of a sudden started saying the same thing. I was like, oh no, let's not go there. Let's not do that because that is gross.
Well, it's a style we don't. Have we ever seen this style before? Maybe the.
So what was that was actually just, I think, an Imperial Red. We did that tongue buckler one a long time ago, but that was just
Correct.
an Imperial Red per se.
Right.
This is actually, to me, I was just assuming when we were talking about, you're like, hey, I've got these new beers,
Right.
new brewery, to at least to us, that has been recommended fairly highly from some friends that you know. Is
From friend of the show, contributor to podcasts, Eric.
Oh, fine. That's
Yes.
fantastic. Okay, even more
Yes.
interested. So anyway, we had
Yeah.
heard that this one was pretty good, and you're like, yeah, this is the one we should try. And it was literally last night when I looked up specifically what it was. I was like, oh, a red IPA?
A red IPA.
For this, give it a shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the Burning Cities Red IPA from New Anthem Brewery, and they're out of Wilmington, North Carolina. Probably over a year or so ago, as the aforementioned, like I said, friend of the show, Eric, had mentioned to me, he said, if you ever see anything from New Anthem, you should try them. He's been a big fan. I don't usually see them at Tap and Bottle, so it's Caps and Corks where I got this.
Okay.
And then a few weeks ago,
And you were apparently very upset about the can too,
Well,
because there's
I don't know
about
if you can
900
see it.
dents in this can. You can't see this on the show, but there's one up
I
here.
was just
So
surprised.
were you
I thought,
angry? Were you like,
I thought, why did they hate these? He hate these cans.
he hates these cans!
Yeah, I should have said that to them.
Exclamation point merch.
You hate these cans.
You'll get that reference. Go check out the merch.
No, I was looking, and the first couple I pulled out had really pretty big. Obviously, it was still intact, but had the can was compromised. And I went
can
back,
was
I would say at
compromised.
least 7 or 8, and I pulled out the 2 best ones, and brought one of those over. But yeah, those I'm not sure exactly what happened, but Fortunately, they survived. They're intact. But
Okay.
but yeah, Eric and his buddy went there a few weeks back, and then his buddy I work with, and he mentioned that hey, we tried some of these, and of the 2 different ones they tried, this was the one they liked the best.
Okay.
So,
Do you remember the names of the other 2? If you don't, that's
I
fine.
have them. This could be a very uninteresting. Castles in the Air.
Okay. Wow.
And Velvet Lies.
Velvet Lies.
Tell me sweet velvet lies.
I was just gonna say, tell me lies.
Yes.
Tell me sweet velvet
Yes.
lies. Obviously, color. It's not as dark as normally as a red, but it's definitely darker than a normal IPA. Like even more of like it definitely has that tinge to it that does not even just make me think of a multi IPA.
Yeah, it's just got that little bit of, and it's like an orangey red almost, but
Okay.
that's not super red.
All right, let's get to the real nitty gritty. Let's get to
do
the
it.
aroma. So they weren't sweet cans.
Mr. Simpson.
yeah. You can see the clock turning in the
Events may
background.
not have actually occurred.
Yeah.
Sweet can.
Dramatization may not have actually occurred.
Sweet can.
Mr. Simpson, calm down. Sweet can.
That look I got on his face.
Yeah. The gummy de Milo, isn't that what it was?
The gummy de Milo.
Yeah. Now this is just side information. I just won't go into the podcast. So I had actually read this as it's called New Anthem Beer Project.
Okay.
Does it actually say
New Anthem.
or was maybe I grabbed the
maybe
wrong
you're
link
right.
to something?
No, it's
Wilmington, North Carolina.
about our story. Mission statement: to make the best we can every time without exception.
If they were from Canada, it'd be a boot.
It's a boot.
A boot us. It's Canadians. We can. Guardian Down. Thank you for the merch command. I appreciate that. Yeah, we actually have a shirt that is referencing a Steve Martin movie, The Jerk, which we love quite a lot, which is very funny. Because there are some drinking reference in there, but one of them is literally, if you've seen the movie, there's a sniper is shooting at some oil cans, and he doesn't realize he's being shot at because he's an idiot, and he's like, he hates these cans. So that's turned into a...
These cans are defective. There's a defective person. Yeah, New Anthem Beer Project. Okay. I guess if I said brewing, then that was wrong.
Well, and then it's weird though,
say
because
New
then
Anthem.
obviously, like you go to their Twitter, it just says New Anthem Beer.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, what is it? We're trying to be a little
Project.
more stylized, I guess.
Yes.
How's the nose these days?
It's better. I mean,
Okay.
a couple weeks ago, I know when we had the
Okay.
party, it was. I was
like-
surprised at what I picked up on. I get more like quick flashes of stuff as opposed to like
Okay.
the long drawn out awareness. I guess
Okay.
the long drawn out awareness. So we don't have to mention it though.
No. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Ooh, I get there's definitely some nice piney in there, which I really like. I've kind of been going for that. We were talking earlier on the live show that'll be an archive version up on YouTube about how as much as I love all the hazies and stuff like that, it makes me enjoy some of the regular classic either West Coast or the Pioneer IPAs even more, just because I don't have them as much because everyone's making this other style. And this is even a little bit more forward than that. It's not going heavy malty, sometimes it can get a little onion ring like you talk about. This just has a nice, almost a little fruit in there, maybe like apple almost or something, along with just some good piney savory aromatics.
Yeah, definitely get that more depth of flavor on from the piney goodness. I don't know why, since it was I guess I probably should have looked at what actually makes it red.
The malt.
Okay, so it's
they're
not
going to use
necessar-
more. They're going to use more
Okay.
caramel malt.
caramel.
and things
Okay,
like that.
all right. So it's more of a color thing as opposed to
And flavor, both.
and flavor. But as far as they're not adding like the one IPA that we used to like from Dogfish Head that was they added the wine to it.
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
gave it
No,
that.
not like that
So
at
this
all.
is just red because of its components and not and yes, it alters the flavor, but it doesn't bring it like fruit or something.
Correct.
Like that. Okay.
Yeah, and this one does use Citra, Simcoe, and Amarillo. I don't know if we mentioned that a minute ago, and almost 8%, 7.8%.
Yeah.
So decent little heft there. Should we go for the sip?
Let's do it.
Okay. Sweet cans. Last thing we keep reading in chat is the sweet
I know.
cans. Mr. Simpson.
Dramatization. Events may not have actually occurred.
Dark English crystal gives the color. So that's what they put in there. Ready? I'm feeling it.
I think so.
I think I got it.
All right.
I'm ready.
We talked about enjoying things that kind of stand out,
Mm-hmm.
or at least are different from what we, and that's definitely with that depth on that, a little sweet, or a little sticky sweet almost. From
Yeah, a little bit. It is a little lip smacky
and
almost.
a little that bitter from the that bitter kind of resinous note. Definitely, that's good. I don't know what I was expecting. But probably because of the color and some other things, I was expecting something different. So but I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, I would have to go for a Bosom Buddies quote. I hate it for that to leave my mouth. This is this is really good. No, it's exactly what I was looking for. Where it's malty but not overly malty. There's almost like a nice little a little caramel sweetness in there. That kind of like burnt sugar caramel. It's not quite toward like a brown sugar. It's more of that little bit because it has some like lighter high note. I said apple earlier, so maybe my brain is putting caramel apple kind of together. I'm not getting quite the fruit that I had in the aroma in the taste.
Yeah,
but it's that kind of like that flavor, and then that piney just resinous deliciousness is really good and comes in. I think this is fantastic. This really makes me excited to try other stuff.
Yeah, it's more toward if anything, like a grapefruity kind of
Yes.
along the bittery.
Yeah,
note
yeah. I would agree
of fruit wise, citrusy. So
yeah, 100% agree. But no, that is really good.
Eric does it again.
Did he brew this one?
He is the man behind New Anthem Brewing.
He actually. No. You're all right. We got to lay our cards on the table. Got to let everybody know this is what's going on.
He moved to Wilmington recently, and he's brewing this beer.
No, that is
not at all.
That is quite delicious, and what is also delicious for your eyes and ears and all of the senses that work with it is our website, AboutBeverages.com, where you can go and find everything we have done we're in our 14th year now of doing podcasts and videos. There is, like, as Keith likes to say, there was a little bit of a break in there, so it's not like it was solid, but for the most part, there is a lot of stuff there. I know on YouTube, which is the other great place you can subscribe. I think we are over 500 videos up there on YouTube.
Wow.
For sure. Right. So go, or very close to it at the time that this one goes up as well. So go check that out. We greatly appreciate the subscribe there. It definitely helps out the channel. And if you only want audio and want to take us on the go, that would be great. You can always go to iTunes, Apple Podcasts. Stuff is a separate app that they've got. You can also do Google Podcasts, Spotify. If there's a favorite podcasting app that you like using, just search for About Beverages. More than likely, you will find us there for sure. Along with, there's some other things they should look into. Maybe our pillars. We got some pillars to talk about.
The 3 pillars of social media. Yes,
that's true.
Being Instagram.
Yep.
TikTok.
He's got it.
And Twitter, which is the one that we use most often to keep you up to date on what's going on at AboutBeverages.com. Like earlier this evening when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings as long as there's not a Destiny release.
That's true.
That needs to be attended to. Around 5:30 Pacific time, we get together, hang out, try some beverages, enjoy some wonderful conversation with our listeners, and talk about whatever just happens to pop up. And well, yeah, we'll let you know we're going to be doing that. And also throughout the week, Andrew's going to keep you up to date on what he's going to be doing in the gaming world and when he's going to be doing it. So follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.
And that is a podcast. Did you say Wilmington, North Carolina? We did, Bashi. How's it going? Good to see you. You're 100% right. This is
Wilmington, North Carolina.
New Anthem Beer Project. They are out of Wilmington, North Carolina. This is their Burning Cities Red IPA. Their website does need a little work. Work.
Just the links.
Just a
to
giant
the
list of
beers.
things and trying to find stuff. Not the greatest.
Although
and then when you click on things, sometimes it's not the most information in the world either.
Their mission statement: to make the best beer we can every time, without exception. challenging work atmosphere. Where people
Would
can grow
anyone say
professionally.
something less?
To make the most horrible beer? No.
I hope
A
this
good
is
steward of our
disgusting.
community with accountability to our environment and the people of our community, regardless of faith, color, gender, or sexual orientation.
Well, that I 100%
And
love.
to wake up every day knowing we will be doing something we love.
All right. I made a joke about the first part, but that last part,
There you go.
that should be on everybody's company mission statement. That needs to be on our, we should steal that for our mission statement too. Honestly.
We are plagiarizing.
That is
right
100%.
now.
Yeah. No, I love that.
Yeah.
A couple hours from there. Cool. Yes. I highly recommend. I mean, I'm assuming if we get it here in Southern Arizona, you should be able to find these in your local, if you have a good bottle shop near you or of some sort, I would think you'd be able to find these. And
Yep.
Yeah, this is really good. If you like I
And
said,
they
if you
have a
like IPAs,
ton
if you
of
like a little
different
piney
beers, too.
resinous IPA, it's pretty delicious.
I know
Yeah,
they
that
do-
list
I
was
don't-
immense.
It's a big, I don't know whether they do those all the time or those are things that they have done or how that works out. But yeah, they've got a pretty extensive list. So I've got one more of these at home and then I've got two of the others. If I haven't consumed them by next week, maybe we can open with one. If
Oh, that would be great. What were the other ones you said? I'm sorry, you mentioned it earlier and I forgot.
I need to look at the list here. Hold on.
Yeah, in
View all of our beers.
a pink font.
Castles in the Air and Velvet Lies. Tell me sweet Velvet Lies.
Yeah, you were saying, are all of these kind of like music references?
Some of them are like they have one called Blank Space. Okay. Hillbilly Prophet. That sounds like somebody.
That's that song by the Grateful Dead.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Oh, no, wait, that's Estimated Prophet.
No.
My time coming any day. Got a straw hat on and I'm a hobo. I don't know.
There were some
That's
others
not
that
actually-
I.
that's
Oh,
not
there
how
was
the
one
song
Cherry
goes.
Ice Cream Smile. That's from Rio.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Cherry Ice Cream Smile. So some of them were.
Her name is Rio and she has a cherry ice cream smile. I don't remember that lyric, but apparently was that in that song?
Cherry Ice Cream Smile. I suppose it's very nice. Cherry Ice Cream Smile. I suppose it's very nice. With a step to the left and a flip to the right, you catch the mirror way out. Well, we're not going to get
No, we're good.
struck there.
No,
Okay,
we're fine.
good. Yeah, it
We
wasn't
should be
that
fine.
good.
I think it's, I think there's been some talk. I think that's probably going to be fine.
Okay.
We may actually bring back the karaoke thing. I think that was kind of fun when people got to use their channel
I
points for that.
texted you the other day. Every time I hear Paint It Black,
Yeah.
I'm always like, it makes me smile. And also Kiss from a Rose, because I remember that.
Yeah. There's so much I can tell you.
In fact, I think
everyone's
I
like,
told-
"Oh, good God!"
the next day at work, after we did the Paint It Black, Todd actually played that song, and he turned it up. This is for my friend Keith.
It's a great song. That's a great song. But yeah, I would
That's
recommend definitely that. So, is this the only one you've had from them now?
Yeah, I have not had. I did
Wow.
not try any of these.
I am shocked.
I held out. So
I am shocked.
Yes.
You usually don't have that kind of restraint.
well, I had initially bought them when we had some friends visit a few weeks ago. And
Yeah.
and I was wanting to, because he's very generous and he brought out a few things from Russian River. But I wanted to expose him to some local things, and this wasn't local. And after I bought it, I thought, you know what? So I actually went with like Tombstone's regular IPA. I mean, all their beers are pretty good, but their IPA is just really good.
Yeah. No,
It's
Tombstone's
just
solid.
really delicious.
I think sometimes I have a hard time when I try other Tombstone things. And it's probably just having them too far apart. They don't seem indistinguishable from me. On some of them, like I like their rye. They have a rye IPA that I think is delicious. The Tombstone regular IPA.
Yep.
I think the Oregon Lots ones kind of do another
Right.
extra level. But there's some in the middle of that where it's like single hop this and some other thing, and maybe it's just even though we've been doing this for forever, it's like that does not mean our palate is perfect. We don't
Right.
try enough of these things always right next to each other
Right.
to really get that. Some of those things sometimes it's like they're very good, but it's not like I like this one better than this one. You could literally probably switch the glass and be like, yeah, this is delicious, or I'd be like, does this taste a little different? It's not, it's not enough. But no, I haven't actually bought any. I forget. We always talk, and maybe since we're talking about it now and we mentioned at the end of last year, we should kind of try and start figuring out before the end of the year if we want to put together separate lists or a site list of like
top 10.
either we were saying like top
favorite
5
things.
or top 10 like new things for the year or top 5, like discoveries or favorite, brewery or just any or beverages in general, like
Right.
maybe because it could be anything. Because like for me, like now when I go, like if you asked me like, hey, what are you looking for? What are you enjoying? When I go look for stuff right now, I go look for Adroit Theory Brewing. I go look for
Drecker.
Drecker, and what the other one I've just Moonraker. Those are like literally like my new
Moonraker.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. Okay.
There's the Moonraker. If you see any, like I'm gonna do what Eric said with burning. If you see it, just buy it.
What are they?
If you don't like it, I'll be shocked and I'll pay.
What
for
if
it.
I've seen Moonraker?
It's fantastic.
And where are they from?
They are out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. No,
that was.
let me look it up. I don't remember.
Wasn't that a James Bond movie though? That was a. Roger Moore.
It's a 1979 spy film. It's the 11th of the James Bond.
Moonraker.
They're in California. Oh, Anaheim, California, I think.
Oh, wow.
No. They're in California, but that can't be right.
There's only one brewery in Anaheim.
Yeah, exactly. That's only
That's
allowed.
the only one you can have.
Auburn, California.
Auburn.
I had one of theirs, like I said, this week, and I've had, I think, 3 or 4 of their IPA, and those are one of the ones where it's like, these are distinct, these are delicious.
Okay.
They are just, they are fantastic.
Well, I have seen those at Tap and Bottle, and I have, for whatever reason, be it price or whatever.
Sure, yeah.
Or maybe going toward other ways, maybe but I'll definitely invest.
They're usually in that, $5-ish range for the 16-ounce can, so I guess, definitely it's not cheap. But it's, those are, they're really, really good. I have liked everything I've gotten from them. They've got some kind of, the one I had the other day, was called, it was called Cool. And it was just like, it's had a picture like that one was good. And you know what? Honestly, the other one is that's kind of like low key that I actually really, every time I see stuff from them, and they're probably a little more mass market's not the right word, but they're like, I honestly don't know is the Dragoon Brewing too. If I see something from them, I pick it up too. Yeah. Their stuff is really good. The Dank Beer Project stuff, I've liked their wheat beer. I think is a very classic Hefeweizen. I should say their Hefeweizen, very classic Hefeweizen. Their IPAs, their stout, the Malpais Stout.
Right, I was going to say, I was mentioning that one. That's their year round, and that's good.
Yeah, their stuff is also fantastic. Like I said, so whenever like those come up, like those are the ones I always think of. And like I said, Dragoon fits into that category too. Like if I see something new from them, I grab one of those too. Like those are probably my go-to breweries. At the moment for sure. Like those are just, but Moonraker specifically, the first one I had from them is because I went to Caps and Corks and was in there, and I picked out some stuff, and every once in a while, like if it's someone new, I'll be like, hey, like what are you having? Like I kind of do that conversation, like like I know you don't know what I like or don't, but like what are you enjoying right now? Like just bar none, like what's the new, and they're like, oh, we've been getting in this Moonraker, and the one that I had initially was called Electric Lettuce, and it was fantastic.
Electric Lettuce.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Vita, I've kind of have not had anything from them in a little bit. And I need to have some stuff from them because I know they're still obviously putting out good stuff, but I have not reached for one of those as of late.
I bought their when those friends came out. I bought the Sirius IPA that they have. That's one they think they do all the time.
Yeah, you do see that more often.
And it was good. It wasn't good. It was good. It wasn't like wow, but it was good. And they do good things too. So.
They do good things.
They do good things.
We do good things.
They do many things.
Did you say Velveeta? Mean cheese?
Oh, I don't mind you saying Velveeta.
Didn't know they made beer. Wait, I didn't say Velveeta.
Pueblo Vita.
Pueblo Vita. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Pueblo. Pueblo. One word Pueblo.
Yep.
Second word Vita.
And Pueblo means house. And Adobe.
Pueblo Vida.
That's from Pee Wee's Mega Match.
We do like Velveeta though.
Velveeta's good.
To be Velveeta with some. Mix that in.
Yeah.
Heat it up. Or not salsa, but
is that technically cheese? Right? Is Velveeta actually cheese? What is it?
It's a cheese substance. Cheese-like substance, maybe? I don't know.
Very different thing. Yes, they are very different things. You might be able to find LG Pueblo Vita Brewing. I'm not sure how far they...
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe not. I don't know if they get up.
Definitely going to not be in your $10 six-pack range.
Usually not, unless it's one of the... I honestly, like, what always frustrates me with them is that they do not do as many stouts, because their stout, whenever they do a stout, it's fantastic. Pastry
stout they do is good.
The pastry stout was fantastic. They did the that was what I had the other day too. It's called Doomblade. It was from Modern Times Beer. It was a Cascadian Dark Ale or Black IPA to you and me.
Oh, okay.
That was also one that was had caught my eye, so I have that one. But yeah, like they whenever they have done those, they're always, I'm like, God, I wish. And again, you're gonna do to your base. I'm sure their IPAs, and their IPAs are great. They're fantastic. But yeah, it's like some of those other ones. Like, oh, I'd like to have some of those other ones too.
Yeah.
Although some people, we went up to visited some of my wife's family up in Phoenix the other weekend, and while we were up there,
cheese food. Yes, it's a processed cheese food.
It's a processed cheese. It's like beef. That stuff is beef.
Beef. Yeah, it's beef.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely
food.
It's not. It's like,
yeah, definitely.
Probably not the best. But anyway, I was talking with with a couple instead of my wife's cousins and stuff, and she was like, do you still brew beer? And I said, yes. And my buddy and I, we brew for a while. And so we were talking about that. And then we started talking about different, and she's like, oh, do you like sours? And she's like, I had this one from Pueblo Vida. I was like, oh yeah, it's one of their shortcut sours. She's like, yeah, I think that's what it was. And it was, so we were talking about that. And I was like, and I'd forgot, like, that's another style I like from them when they do those shortcut sours are really good too.
Is that because they kettle sour it?
Yeah,
they call it a shortcut?
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of a cute way. Yeah. They do the kettle sour stuff.
Right.
But like I said, yeah, their website, you can order stuff from. You can go to the tap room, do tap room to go and all that stuff. So definitely worth checking out. A lot of good breweries here in Southern Arizona. We're pretty lucky. We've gotten pretty lucky.
I would say
San Diego East.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right.
East of the Colorado.
East of the Colorado.
Yeah.
A little below here, but just above here, and not to the left of here, and to the right of here. And the around $10 mindset is usually for normal of nights. Gluten beer, I'll step it up a couple bucks if it's a special occasion. That's true. That's true. Like you had some, yeah, he had some good news just the other day. LG had some good things happening to him. It was good. So it was he went for full gluten that night. That's how you can tell. That's how you can tell when LG's celebrating. It falls in the gluten makes an appearance. When the gluten makes an appearance.
When the gluten makes an appearance.
That's right. Yeah. When the gluten. Yeah.
When has the celebration begun? When the gluten makes an appearance.
The gluten makes an appearance. 100%. All right. We're going to go get our final beer of the evening. I am very excited about this one.
Oh, yes, I am too. Dessert.
Hopefully. Yeah, it literally is dessert in a can. It's true. See? It is literally dessert in a can. If you missed out earlier this evening and want to see the other beverages that we've been having, obviously we had the Burning Cities Red IPA from New Anthem Beer Project. We had the Dragoon Brewing Pills. And for the final part, at least of our arc this evening, we're going to go way into the stout territory. This is a pastry stout from the Bruery. It's called Pour Me S'more, an imperial pastry stout. It's almost 10%, and it's it's a s'more in a glass basically. So we're gonna have that.
Let's find out.
We're gonna go find that out.
You should. Oh wait, no.
Yeah,
we haven't
tried it yet.
I know all the catchphrases. They're just coming into my head.
We haven't done the good part yet. We gotta taste first.
We gotta try it. Okay.
Easy.
Okay. All right.
We'll be right back. Are you ready to have beer? Oh, baby, I'm ready to
finish
have
up
a beer.
the arc.
The arc.
Finishing up at where you should finish in your arc, and either something
in the gutter,
alcohol, or a little darker, or a little
that's
your way up to maybe desserty even. It kind of even goes with like the whole meal concept. At least this particular one seems like it will. So
yeah, that's true.
Also, we've been talking football. Just in baseball, it looks like it is official.
Okay, so
the regular season starts on April 7th. So.
Okay, regular season. Is Wellspring fixed? LG, I have a definitive answer for you on this. Keith is like, what the hell are they talking about? Wellspring actually is fixed. I ran it today. I needed to get the auto rifle, and I needed to get the deep sight version of it, and it was basically on average about every 3 or 4 runs, I would get one deep sight frame. Your mileage may vary, but at least you can get it done. You can get it done. And you only need 2 of them for the thing. Yes, it is the auto today, so go do it right now. But yeah, you only need 2 of them.
Wait, that means he'll leave.
You only need 2 of them to get the blueprint. No, don't
That's
leave.
Okay, though.
He'll keep us on in the background.
Oh, okay. Either way, it's fine. We understand.
LG is excellent with the lurk. He'll come in during the week. LG's very dedicated. He comes in, he hangs out, we chat, all these things going on, and he's like, you know what, I could go off and do this. He's like, I'll leave a lurk. And he leaves the lurk. And it's honestly like
leaves us in the lurk.
That's the kind of thing. He leaves us in the lurk. No, I greatly appreciate it. It's super, super nice. It is always wonderful. I appreciate everybody that comes in. Obviously, if people want to chat and they want to have conversation, that's great. But coming in and lurking, having a tab open, even if you have it muted, if you have the internet to do it, everyone thinks like, just one person like literally can make a difference, because that's however many people doing just that one thing, and that moves you up in there. It makes a big deal. Keith, the great Lord above, gave us 2 monitors for a reason. There you go.
I understand. I have 2 monitors because
speaking of go on.
Well, the TFT.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Speaking of monitors, LG hooked up through a wonderful link at Costco. Costco, if you need a monitor right now as we speak, There was a fantastic deal at Costco. Do you need a monitor?
I don't right now. No.
Do
I
you
have
think,
those.
do you
the
think you'll need
monitor.
one in the future?
How good is the deal?
I would say, so this size monitor, 32-inch monitor,
Right.
this refresh rate, $250.
Okay.
That's unheard of. 1440p monitor, like it's. I don't
know
It was
what
so
ours
funny
is.
when we were talking. So someone that I said that was part of our day one raid team that played with Mel. She actually bought 2 monitors on this week. She was like, "Oh my god!" And she bought 2 because she had to get some
that
for work.
good of a
And
deal.
She bought some at work, and I was like, I don't need a monitor, but I feel I should buy one and just store it somewhere because it's like, yeah,
you
no,
will.
no. Like I said, it was a great deal. I lurk and unlurk a lot as I come and go for class. I'm going to buy one of them before I move. Yes, that was fantastic.
See, we want ours to be symmetrical though, so I'd have to buy 2.
Do it.
I don't know if we're quite in the market for that. So.
You should though. Right
Lately,
now,
we've been
just go
doing
buy
more
another
on
one.
the iPads than at the computer.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right.
but yeah, no, sounds like it's a good deal. Though.
It is a fantastic deal. Introvert, tip of the cap to you. How are you doing, good sir? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see everybody here tonight. Thank you guys all for the lurks, the chatting, all that kind of stuff. It always feels good to be back. I love the Thursday evening streams. Coming in here, hanging out, having some beverages, hanging out with my brother is, like I said, pretty wonderful. It's pretty lucky.
Good times.
Pretty
Good times.
lucky. And even luckier because we were talking about the ARC. The
beer
we were talking
ARC,
about.
yes.
Yeah, if you missed out at the beginning, the beer ARC is basically what you'd think it would be. You want to start on the lighter side and kind of finish on the heavier side. That heavier side could be based on, alcohol, could be, richness of flavor, what you think, but just kind of slowly kind of increasing on that. There are certain ones that it's like, well, where does a sour beer fall in the ARC? For me, it falls in like it's almost like a palate cleanser before I switch to something new. Like if I go from, like what we just had, what we started off the evening with.
It could also be a good starter too, depending on the
It
sour
can be,
itself.
yeah.
You
If
don't
it's
want
very light, like we were
Yeah.
talking about the Sequench or the other one that RX was talking about in chat, something like that, for sure. But yeah, going from that lighter thing to then, like I said, if you need some sort of cleanse, and then going into IPAs, you could go into porters and all that, and then eventually you finish in with a stout, or then even hitting into like something if you've got a barrel aged stout that's available to you. That's even like the ultimate level. Like sometimes there can be multiple layers within the dark part
within
of the
the
ARC.
dark. That's right. You might have a milk stout.
Yes.
Something like it's 5%, 6%, but nice and easy to drink, a little on the sweeter side, and goes down a little faster. And so it's something you're not going to need to sip as much, and then you go into something a little bit darker that requires a little bit more sipping because it's 10 to 13%.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that is what we're going to have here for this. Give it a shot. I'm Andrew.
I'm Keith. We're AboutBeverages. Beverages about today. Okay. Sorry.
I'm going to get one so I can have a portrait without losing the normal double monitor thing. Ooh, that's actually a good idea. That's the cool thing too. Like I said, a lot of Twitch streamers you'll see when they have the third monitor, they'll actually have it where they turn the monitor and you can have it going this way, and you have that just for chat. Again, like I said, I'd have to have some chat really rolling really fast, probably to worry about that at this moment, but that would be the nice thing. Have you guys checked out the Phoenix Beer Pass thing? No. What is that? Do you know what that is?
Don't know what that is.
Do you want to tell us what that is?
When you
tell us
drive by
what that is.
Phoenix and you pass all the breweries.
That's right.
Wait, no.
Hi.
And then you go back and I should have gotten something from you.
If it's I should have gotten something.
It's the beer pass. Like Fast Pass.
They need fast pass lines for the beer stuff at Disneyland at California Adventure. That's all I'm going to say. It's also really nice for reading PDFs and online. Oh, that's true. Reading a PDF or an online text. But yeah, like I said, because you don't need width, you need length. You know what I'm talking about. It's fine.
$25.
$25 for 25 specific breweries, tap rooms in Phoenix. So like you can go in and get like unlimited beers, or
Unlimited beer for 1 year.
or
For
is it like,
$25.
or is it like one beer at each place? Like describe.
That might be.
Describe.
Yeah. Discuss.
Phoenix
Beer Pass.
So I'm literally going to
Discuss.
type in, and if it doesn't explain it, we will do our podcast while LG informs us what this goes. Phoenix Beer Pass. Phoenix Pub Pass. 25 beers sold. Okay. 2022 Phoenix Beer Pass is a small book that gets you a 1 cent beer at 25 of the best bars and breweries around Phoenix, including Hop Central Brewery, Phoenix Beer Company, Throne Brewing, Simple Machine Brewing Company, Bonehouse Brewing, and more. It's formatted like a passport with each page for participating. You get in after you're receiving your free beer. You have all 2020 to use it. That sounds neat. 3-ish beers at each location. That sounds actually super cool. And not just because it's a penny a beer. After the $25.
Right.
So it's $25 and 25 cents.
Okay. Yeah. Let's be honest now.
Well, because that's like probably where they have to charge you something.
Right.
They
can't just give it away free. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Although you used to do, didn't you guys
Wait.
used to do wine tastings at Trader Joe's?
Just little samples.
Yeah, but what if you kept getting
Not
samples?
full
Can you
pour.
keep-
No, you have a
You
certain
just keep, you
amount
just keep
of-
going back in line with a different mustache on or a different like shirt.
Hello, I'm having a
Yeah. That sounds actually really cool. Yeah, if we were in that area more often, I would totally participate in something like
That's a
that.
good
That
idea.
sounds really cool. All right. We are going to do another podcast, the final podcast of the evening, the final part to the arc. I think.
final.
Right?
Yes,
Yes.
For this arc.
For this,
There
for
are
this
many
current
other
arc.
arcs to discover.
There'll
But
be
this
many arcs in
this
the
arc
future.
is yes.
There are many arcs
the
like
end
it,
is
but-
in sight.
but this one is ours. But yeah, so we're going to have the final beer of the evening. We obviously, as we put these videos up on YouTube, as well as the entire archive of the show. I'm sure if you guys have been hanging out all evening here on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we greatly appreciate. You've already heard me give that speech, but if you haven't and you're on YouTube, go check us out there. I'm live during the week, Monday through Friday, doing games and stuff and enjoying a beverage or two. And like I said, we do this wonderful podcast stuff Thursday evenings where we get together and find out what you guys have been having, what we've been having, all that kind of stuff. So we are now going to do the part where we just actually tell and show, and we don't care what you have to say.
Wait, that's not a part.
We will at some point. I care what
Yeah.
you have to say, but just not at the second.
Yes, we
Wait,
just have
hold on.
everything.
Important message coming through. Okay.
Bears trade Justin Fields for Deshaun
Oh
Watson.
my God, I know. Oh God.
Oh no. We
I
don't want
can't believe
that.
anyone is even in talks for like when I see like, well, Miami is it's
Oh,
like
maybe that's who the Colts are looking at.
you have interest in someone that like literally like how would you touch that with a 10-foot pole?
Till that's
Which I know that was his tick-up line.
There we go. Disappointed.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, agreed. But he would actually say,
Really good.
yeah,
Oh,
that's what he
really?
tries. I think that's all we got there.
Really good.
Sorry, I had to swallow. Like I was like,
No,
oh, okay, yeah. So if you've been watching us live during our full show on Thursday evenings on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, we have been talking a lot about the beer arc.
The beer arc.
Starting at obviously you kind of begin if you're having several beers throughout an evening through a get together, a family get together, you're out with friends, whatever else. You don't always, even though there might be something that initially is like, oh my God, that sounds amazing. If it's a little too far on the
You may
one
have-
side,
You've jumped the arc.
you've jumped the arc.
That's
Exactly.
right.
Thank you for picking up on that.
That's right.
Yeah, you've gone a little too far. So you always kind of want to go, like, if you kind of, like, we go into a situation, we've had the conversation of, like, well, you know, I'm probably going to have 2 or 3 beers or whatever. So then you're like, you have that in mind. Okay, I'm going to have 2 or 3 beers over the, you know, whatever, however many hours. Okay, where should I start? Where should I end based on what looks interesting to
Right.
me? So you always start a little bit lighter, you know, slowly work your way up.
Right. Peruse the menu.
Yep. Yeah.
It could even be lighter in flavor, heavier in alcohol. It just depends.
Yeah. Like I
There
said,
are many different factors, and there's no one right way to do the arc.
that is 100% true.
Except for your way.
Except for your way, which is highly incorrect. No. So anyway, so tonight we started with, we had a Pilsner to start with, then we had a red IPA, and now we are getting to the end of our arc. If you want to see the complete arc, you can watch the archive of this video. But for this one, we've got a pastry stout. For this, give it a shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the Pour Me Some More from the Bruery out of Placentia, California.
Yes, this is an imperial pastry stout. It uses vanilla, chocolate, and graham cracker, just like an actual s'more. So this should be, as most things are for the, I don't know if I've ever actually, I can only think of one beer from the brewery and it might have been at a time in my life where I just didn't get it. It's very possible. I put it on, I actually honestly put it on myself. There's only one beer I can think about from them that I ever had where I was like, yeah, this one's just not for me. Like everything is always either like, wow, this is really good, to, oh my God, I'm about to pass out.
I wish
This
I
is so
could have had
delicious.
more.
Yes, I wish I could have had more.
Yes.
Why did I share
Why
this?
did this cost $40?
There is that. The brewery beers are not cheap. So speaking of that, this 16-ounce can is $15.
Whoa.
So this is not, yeah. So it's not cheap, but there's a lot of craftsmanship involved in it. It's almost 10% alcohol. As I said, graham crackers, cocoa nibs, and natural vanilla.
And as it should be,
flavor.
you'll notice that when Andrew pours this, I'll get 4 ounces and he'll get 12.
Yeah, I
That's the
mean,
way it
that
should
seems
be.
only
He
fair,
bought
right?
it. He brought this to the table.
He did bring this to the
I
table.
understand. There's a certain
There you
proportion.
go.
There we
Enjoy
go.
your
See my
taste.
portion? There's my portion right there.
No, that's about what it feels like, though.
$2, $3, $4, $5.
Yeah.
We're watching the dollars just pour right into the
dollars.
It just cost me $5,000.
Yeah.
But please do give yourself. Please.
There's still some in here in the can.
Give
We'll
yourself-
see.
okay,
We'll
all right.
go
That's
back
good.
to it. All right.
All
We'll
right.
set this
That's
over.
good.
But yeah, this is one of the beers when I went out to California in early February. We had to go make a beer run. We'll talk about that's a longer conversation than necessary. But anyway, we went and picked up a bunch of beers at the brewery. This is one of the bonus ones that I grabbed while I was there because I was like, this just sounds too good to pass up. And it wound up working out perfectly for this arc.
We have had something similar to this in flavor profile. We've had the Campfire Stout.
Yes.
I forgot,
That's from High Water Brewing.
Yeah, and they do it with graham crackers and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, they have a regular Campfire Stout, that one I have had, which is good. Then they have a barrel-aged version of that, which is very good. Which is very good. That one is probably bourbon barrel-aged or whiskey or something like that. That one is very, very good.
Yep.
That one is very, very good. So, obviously, as you would expect, very dark in color, almost as dark as my shirt.
Nice
that I
light
have
brown
on.
head.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I just kind of want to get to the aroma. So
I do too.
Let's get past this. All right, let's get to the aroma. Oh, good God, that's delicious. It smells so good.
Normally we cut right there and there's an edit, but we're just going to skip right over that because I don't think we really need to do that.
Oh my God, it's dark. It's a lot of dark and semi-sweet chocolate, some milk chocolate. The vanilla is definitely in there.
For me, the graham cracker really comes out.
I get that at the end, but the chocolate really goes. Oh my God, this smells so amazing. Yeah. Oh God, put it back in the can, seal it back up. I have wasted a delicious beer. No, I have not.
Wait, what?
I'm kidding. Oh my God, this smells absolutely.
I haven't drank out of this yet, so throw this back
Give me that back. Oh my God,
I want that beer back.
This literally smells like heaven in a glass.
All right, well, we know the brewery and they do awesome beer, like you alluded to before. So, all right,
let's get to the taste.
Do it
because I'm not waiting.
That's really good.
It's really delicious. Oh my God. It's so like syrupy and chocolatey and
wow.
But has a little bit of lightness though to it because of the either vanilla / kind of marshmallow flavor they're going for. You do get like kind of that nutty graham cracker kind of in there too. Like,
oh my God.
To me, it is definitely weighted more toward the chocolate, which is kind of when you have a s'more, you do get a little. I think you get a little bit more.
Yeah, but then
of that.
it finishes up with that nice.
Yeah, the lightness kind of where.
Yeah,
but yeah, it hits in the. Oh my God, this is absolutely ridiculous! How good this is.
When was the last time we did a podcast where we didn't edit either one? It's usually just one or the other.
Yeah, because then it's like we'll get really excited, then we're like, let's think about it.
Yeah,
we kind of back
that was kind of boring. Or
no, this is
no, that's really good. That is quite good.
Oh my God, that is absolutely.
Wow, it's really making me it's stimulating the saliva glands.
Yeah, yeah, it's almost like there is like a little bit of like a salty kind
of something. Yeah,
yeah. But no, it's salting my taste buds. Hey-o! Oh my God. There we go. Yeah, no, that is. I figured it was gonna be pretty good. You never know when you start, because sometimes I've definitely had people where they're like, oh, I don't know how that's going to work, where there's certain ingredients where you're like, wow, they actually use graham cracker in there. Are you really going to taste it? Is it just more about like, I think back to the, we had a beer, if you go on the archives AboutBeverages.com or if you on YouTube search there, we did one that was the unicorn farts glitter, whatever. And that one really let us down. Like that one was, because we thought it was going to be silly, but then also still delicious, but we couldn't see some of the weird things.
The glitter and the
glitter you couldn't see. The flavor was just kind of okay. It was like a sour beer. I think it was like sour me or something.
Yeah, sour.
But that one was like just kind of okay. And I know different style, but this is one of those things where everything that they are talking about here, you get this in the beer. And if you're into that at all, or you even want to go the extra mile, put a little scoop of ice cream. Oh my God, a scoop of ice cream with this if you wanted to go that far.
Because the 9.9% doesn't make it. I don't really taste the booze in there.
I do not
just
either.
A little,
yeah.
But it's not. It doesn't feel like it's not part of what you're drinking there. Everything else is just a nice balance and a lot of taste. And there is some sweetness to it, but it's not like.
Because it is a pastry stout, so that's one of those things,
and that's what they're going for with that.
Yeah, if you see imperial or like I said, if you see an imperial pastry stout or a pastry stout in general, that is kind of what you have to be ready for. It's going to be a dessert stout, so it is going to be on the sweeter side,
Right.
and that definitely is there. But I think because of the graham cracker,
Yes.
and I think a little bit of the booziness kind of comes through with that to
Yep.
kind of cut through it. I think the balance is skewed toward the sweet, but it's still very good.
Yep.
Like I've definitely had things that were sweeter where it's like, ooh, that's just like oh, that's
leaves
too much.
of that lip. You can usually
Yeah.
tell it leaves that residue on your lips.
Yes, I would agree.
And there is a little bit of that. I will say that, but it's not overly so.
Well, you know that old saying, residue on the lips leaves a little bit on the hips.
Well,
That's what I'm
yes, of
saying.
course,
Like,
there's that too.
oh my God, that does occur. But where you can not get, there's not even a good segue there. Just go to our website, AboutBeverages.com, and go check that out. If you want to hit us up on YouTube, we would greatly appreciate that as well. Hit the subscribe button. You can find all of at least our most recent archived podcasts and these little standalone podcasts as well. So go check those out for sure. And if you only want audio, the best ways to get audio, of course, are from iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts. If you have a favorite podcasting app, search for About Beverages, and we will be there.
We're there.
Along with some pillars, which is always good to look for too, right?
Well, those 3 pillars of social media that we like to call Instagram. Well, they like to call them. We're just going to call them because that's what they call them. Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, which is what we use most often to let you know what's going on at AboutBeverages.com. Like I did earlier today before we went live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, let everybody know that we were going to be doing that, which we do most Thursday evenings around 5:30 Pacific time.
It's true.
We'll get together, try some beverages, talk about whatever happens to pop into our minds or our listeners' minds. And also throughout the week, Andrew lets you know what games he is doing, what he's going to be drinking while he's doing it, like Whiskey Wednesday. I've noticed.
Yeah, I have been doing the Whiskey Wednesday.
So what he's having while he's playing that, he'll keep you up to date on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
You should most definitely give this a shot if you can at all find it.
100% agree. Jammer, how's it going? Good to see you. Good evening, all. It doesn't come across as too sweet. Yeah, I don't think it's like too like it's definitely
No.
If
It
that
has
is something,
that, but a
if,
s'mores is sweet.
if that's something you're sensitive to, it literally
Yeah.
is like if you like having a s'more where you have the graham cracker and the marshmallow and the chocolate, that is literally what is in this. But it's from the Bruery. I found it actually at the Bruery in Placentia, California. Sometimes you can find some of that here in Southern Arizona. There are a couple local bottle shops, Tap and Bottle for one. Sometimes we'll get stuff in from the Bruery. But mostly it is usually within California is where you can find this one in particular. Their stuff is usually barrel aged. It could be sours. It could be, they have a separate company called Offshoot, which does IPAs and things like that are also very good. But for me, it's all about, with the Bruery, it's all about the barrel aging when it comes to them. And that is what is super, super delicious. So yeah, it's very good. It's borderline. Like I could see someone thinking this might be a little too sweet. It's not for me. But I could see that if that's something you're like, well, I don't like when the beer, like if you're someone that's sensitive to that, maybe.
And LGS, if it's beaten the COVID smell. So things have been getting better for me. It's more of I don't get the sustained aroma appreciation, but I am getting more of the quick hits of things. In fact, I was kind of surprising you, a couple weeks ago at the birthday party.
You
like,
were.
wait a minute. You're like,
yeah, no, like, yeah, when we got
I was
together,
surprising myself actually. So I'm happy to.
we got together for birthday
be getting
festivities, and
that.
you were getting things on. I was like, oh, that's the Keith I remember.
And not everybody. I'm really, throughout the whole thing, I just was like, it is what it is. I got to deal with it and just, keep having a positive attitude and doing whatever I can to, put my face right in things I know have an aroma.
Some scent exercises.
And see what happens.
It's
so
not
it's
I mean,
better.
that's honestly not a bad idea. How about taste? If you don't mind me asking, how long ago did you get COVID? Yeah,
I had it actually during the week of Thanksgiving. Actually, I got it. So, taste never fully went away.
So glad we didn't make out that week.
Yeah, that was good.
Because we're brothers,
We're
mostly,
thankful for that.
but also the COVID stuff.
Sense of smell was pretty much gone. We have a really minty soap.
Is it from Trader Joe's?
The peppermint Trader Joe's liquid soap, and even all the delicious Thanksgiving foods. I could stick my face right in there and couldn't smell them. So that was gone. Taste was mostly gone, but things never tasted bad for me. So that was overall, I was appreciative of that because I've heard the stories of how food literally has tasted bad and people have lost weight because they didn't want to eat certain things. So
yeah, that was kind of that's like definitely the scariest part when you hear people talk about that, where it's like like not wanting to eat, or
Right.
because food's either
Right.
because they don't taste or they taste so little that it's almost disgusting.
Right.
Like that kind of stuff is bad. That's when you had it as well. Oh, Jammer, hopefully you're doing better and also recovered as well. Lost my taste for 2 days. It was a sad turkey.
Yeah, I will definitely, I always appreciate those foods because they usually come around like once a year. I will definitely appreciate them even more this year because, there was one of the pies my pocket baked, and I was like, now I realize I probably shouldn't have done that because may have been affecting the pie.
Oh my God.
Oh, fortunately you didn't have
That's
any.
why I don't ever have any of
That's
those
right.
pies.
I licked that pie. No, I'm just kidding. No,
I spit right on the pie and nothing.
That was
Licked that pie.
Yeah, but that's in the past. So
Yeah.
next year will be better. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I'm glad you. It sounds like you were.
Yeah,
I'm
and
assuming
you
Jammer,
also.
are you doing well as well? Like that you've come through that. But yeah, it's been interesting week because we. The evolution of getting through some of this and still podcasting, still trying to taste things and everything else, and still putting on a good show. And it's been, like I said, it's gone very well. Like I said, thankfully you were in a way, very lucky, because it's.
I'm glad if one that you haven't had it, and two, you had. I would hope you wouldn't have lost yours because that would be a really boring show if neither one of us said, I don't really taste anything. I don't really taste anything either. All right. I don't know whether you should buy this or not.
Yeah.
This might be good.
The whole thing was pretty mild for me. I mean, other than that, like, you didn't really have anything. Like I said, obviously, we were all vaccinated, and like I said, so we've
they had
gone
cold, the sinus infection and all that. So,
yeah, like I said, so we've
overall
followed
it wasn't
through
a
with all
horrible
those.
experience.
So thankfully, no one has gone too far with that, just due to keeping up with modern science.
Could you order this from the brewery?
This one it might. Says it's add to cart.
Okay.
Looking to purchase a 4-pack discount. Click here. Okay, what do they got? So normally it'd be. Wait, that's more. Oh no, that'd be 60. No, it's $6 cheaper.
Okay. Okay.
You could, they just don't ship. So you have to also calculate the drive to Placentia, California.
Oh yeah, that involves a little bit more gas,
It actually
especially nowadays.
It actually wasn't too bad. Like of stuff you could order. Like I could see if you knew you were going to go to California, ordering stuff from them, because like what we wound up doing when we went on the trip to pick this stuff up, we actually drove past where we were going to stay, which we stayed in La Jolla. We drove past there, picked up the beer, had some stuff there, and then drove back, and then drove back, and then it wasn't like you had to make this extra trip up there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad overall. Although the funny thing is though, like I don't know if I ever talked about this with the trip. We drove up there, and as we were driving, all of a sudden, the dreaded, you hear this like sound. You're like, oh no, rock hit our windshield.
Oh, I did see that.
I think I put pictures
you may
up
have
on.
tweeted, yeah.
I think I did put up pictures on Twitter.
That.
So shameless plug.
Yep.
Follow me there if you want to find a picture of
right.
a rock hitting. But and I was like, oh, I kind of didn't really see anything, and I was driving, so you're not like investigating. And I'm driving, my wife's sleeping, we're kind of going. All of a sudden I look over and I just see like the crack, like make it. I'm like,
growing.
I'm like, please no.
Oh wow.
And we were like halfway to get, like it was like in between, so it was like,
okay.
Are we keep going there? And like, is the heat from the sun gonna make this work? And it like but then it never got any worse.
So did you call Todd?
So that, thankfully, that was him. We did, and it's like always, like I won't mention the name of the insurance company, but we went. It's always like a weird experience. Like they think you're like, I don't want to have my windshield replaced.
Right.
It's a absolute inconvenience. Even them still coming out to my house because of the car we had, they were possibly going to have to like recalibrate some things because of how some of the sensors work. They wound up not. It wound up being okay, but because when we were actually in California, I was like, well, we're going to be here for a few days. I'm like, can someone come to our hotel and like actually fix it? Like, so I looked, but it wasn't going to work out anyway. That's the long version. But yeah, it's like my wife had to get on a 3-way call with the glass company and with the insurance and like doing this. And they're like, can you send us pictures? Is it larger than $1? Is it in your viewpoint? I'm like, I don't want to get like, I'm not like, I'm sure there's people that probably pull a scam of a glass windshield replacement. Like, I don't know. Like, I guess that's a thing. But I was just like, this is a pain. Like, and they always tell you, like, if you don't have to, like, don't replace your windshield because it's like you lose out on some of the the actual manufacturing seals and everything else. It's never going to be the same. So it's like, why would anyway? Yeah. And that's every so that's why I don't say it, because that's every insurance company I'm sure goes through that. But it's like that's just so ridiculous. Like that
we had ours,
and also the amount of insurance that I pay and never claim anything.
Right. I should get something from this.
A little bit, I guess. Yeah. You had to have one filled.
Yeah, early on with the car. I think it was when we drove to Corpus Christi.
Oh, right. Debo, how's it going? Good to see you, Debo. Hello.
Because I was thinking when we were talking about
Was it in your
Brie
view?
during
Because that's the always thing they ask too. Because like
it
if
was
it's
off a little bit, but it was
Okay.
small, and then they just filled it with that epoxy. Or
is that what
so.
it? But then it's like blurry spot. Then isn't it?
No, we couldn't really tell.
Oh,
It was
okay.
good. At least they
That's
didn't
not
have to
bad.
replace it. So
In Phoenix, a new windshield expected every 6. Well, yeah, like I said, even here in Southern Arizona, RX, like I said, if you're driving the freeways, like our freeways are like everywhere under construction, but for some reason it always seems worse here that rocks are getting kicked up with the trucks coming over and everything else. It's always just kind of like annoying. Hello, I have risen.
I
oh
thought,
my God.
yeah, when Brie was talking about streaming cooking earlier, I thought
That's true.
Obviously, thought of Debo could be a
Yeah.
guest.
Devo guest on Bree's cooking stream.
Pop
There we
in,
go.
Yeah.
It has been too long. Debo, how are you
I
doing?
think Pocket might even be in chat. So what? Let's talk about some delicious food.
Yeah, Bree is finally going to do a cooking stream next week, Debo. Got to check that out. Make sure you are, which I'm sure you are, but don't miss out on Bree's Twitter.
Hello. You know we haven't
There
had
are
in
not
a
enough
couple of
ladders
weeks.
and buckets in the roads in Oregon. Oh my God.
We haven't had a Handsome Pete.
That sounds like
Well,
that
definitely,
sounds like
'cause we
a
haven't
personal
done this in a
problem.
couple
I was
weeks.
going to say, well, we've been a couple weeks since we've done this. Do you want a Handsome Pete? Is that what you need?
Do it.
All
Need a
right.
Pete?
Handsome Pete. Where is he? There he is.
There he is.
Arr, that's Handsome Pete. He dances for nickels. Pete, you got some customers.
I need a little Handsome Pete. That's
There you
good.
go.
All right.
And in case Lucky's still here too, we'll do one of these. Give him a free one. Oh, wait. This
Now,
is too.
Rebecca.
There we go.
Counseling people is what I do. Please let me help you.
All right, Fraser. It's just that I can't seem to make anything work. Robin is in prison. I manage this crummy bar. My career is at a standstill. I'm miserable. I'm lonely. And now I have to sell my Mercedes.
I see. Well, I'll give you $5,000 cash and take over your payments.
6,000 firm.
Deal.
Thank you.
Damn, it's good to heal.
So good.
See, Pago was just about to jump in with the Pete.
There you go.
All
That's
right.
so good. Yeah, this
Damn,
is,
it's good to heal.
But yeah, like I said, it's just one of those like annoying little things. But yeah, we had like already in the windshield like a small, and we just hadn't got it because it was so it's like a little
Right.
rocket hit, and I was like, oh, whatever. But yeah, that's always the thing they ask too, where it's like when it hits, they're like, is it in your? If it's smaller than a quarter, is it in your line of vision where it can't? Because they want to do the filling, which is fine. Like
Right.
if it's on passenger side or whatever, like that's totally fine.
That was a.
Listen, I know the wrestlers get all the fancy ladies,
This is also a good one.
the clothes, and the free creams and lotions. But my life is good. Really good. I get to wake up every morning at 5 a.m. and make some soup. It's the best.
This movie grew on
Love
me.
it. I get to lay in a bed by myself all of my life. It's fantastic.
Love that one. I mean, it's fantastic.
I
Like
get
he's trying to
lay in
convince
bed
himself
all by myself
every
It's
night.
Fantastic.
How's everyone doing? Getting better at the new raid? Doing your homework for it at least? Yes. Obviously, we did the day one stuff, Debo, and made it through as far as we could. But made it a little further than we had the previous time, which was great. And then eventually,
It's fantastic.
like I said, had to call it. But then last night, finally went through the raid with our group, and yeah, it's just it's always like happy and frustrating because then you just go through and you just annihilate everything because the contest mode is off. Oh, you know what? It's been a couple weeks though. We should quickly. Whoops, where am I going?
Oh, I think I know what you're doing.
Quickly dip into something here because
We can
I know
quickly
I
dip.
thought there was maybe a talk about patch. There could be some other things. So we got.
And then audience. No, stay with us.
Well, remember last time that brought in
For
some
the
audience
team.
for the.
That's right. That's true. Team Fight Tactics story of the week.
What do you
I
got for
can't
me?
remember
Lay
the
it
new
on.
patch. I think it just happened. That
We were talking about Arcane, the TV show, which someone asked me
talked
about the
about
other day, and I
that.
said I have not seen it, but my brother actually watched it,
Yeah.
and they said really, and I said he did.
That's right. If you have the Netflix, you can watch it.
Yeah.
Supposedly, like the next one's not going to be out for several years, but it took several years for this one to be made, and this will be a little faster. They said this time around.
Oh, okay.
But, no, in fact, actually, it's going well. Not climbing quite as fast as we would like, but the last two games that Pocket and I played, we came in first.
Nice.
I'm not ashamed to say she carried me in probably both of them. Definitely in one game, and a lot.
Oh, in the game. Oh,
and in the
okay.
second, well, she could do that if she wanted. And in the second game, not as much, but still, she was the one driving. So, but we found a good little. Actually, both games we did the same. We did the same builds, and they worked. The key is to have one person just be able to keep everything going long enough while the other person, is kind of cleaning things up on their game.
Oh yeah.
Then you join.
Because
so.
once you're gonna come together, it's like, oh, I'm coming over. Like it's like that's kind of like you're just
I'm on my way. Hold on.
You're almost like create a strategy of like, okay, if I can just like, I'm not gonna attack, but at least if I can hold everything at bay until
right. Just hanging in there.
That makes
somebody
sense.
hang in there. So
are you still enjoying that? Do you like that version better than the regular?
There's a
TNT?
lot of possibility. There's more possibilities, so I do actually.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, no, it's good. We're having some fun.
And is that ranking system different than the other one?
No, when you do the double up,
okay, that's
it's
what
the
called.
same as the hyper roll, the fast game. Yeah, it's not. You don't get the gold and the platinum type tiers. It's more. It's like different colors and it's point based. So, yeah.
What color are their hands now? What color are you this week? I'm green.
We are. What are we right now? Purple? Oh, we're blue, I think.
Oh, okay.
On our way to purple.
Okay. Blue diamonds and purple horseshoes.
You're talking Lucky Charms?
Yeah, exactly.
Always after me, Lucky Charms. Why do people always laugh when I say that?
Why always people laugh when I say that?
It's a television commercial.
It's a little children's cereal. I heard, are they actually making a new Austin Powers? I know they did that commercial.
What was the
but
commercial?
But are they actually making a new movie? Because I don't know if I need another one of those.
Yeah, because I liked the first two a lot.
The third
one had some.
The first one is still, I think, holds up very well. It's still very humorous.
Yeah.
The second one is still good, but drops off a little bit. And then the third one for me is just like very okay.
Yeah.
Like that's definitely the one where it's like, we're going to, it's almost like every 5 minutes you can tell when it's like, now we're going to do this part of the movie. Now we're going to do this. And they're just going to like come up with new, and like, it's just a little too much.
Trying to death. Oh, I wonder also. So lately, because Pocket spends most of her day in an office chair at the computer.
Okay.
When in the evening, then when we play, we sit on the couch, which is
of course,
and we use the iPads.
Okay.
So we don't go over to the computer very much, which is kind of why I was saying we don't really use the monitors very much anymore. At least for right now. So I'm guessing she's over there right now trying to either play. I wonder if she's playing with friends or playing solo. But I'm sure there have been some other of her friends that have been missing her positive presence for sure.
Yeah, the positive pocket,
the pocket of positive,
the pocket of positive. Oh my god!
There's one of her friends that calls her Miss Pocket. Pocket. It is. It's really cool. I like to hear. I like to actually I love being able to play together, but even before that, I enjoyed sitting there and just like because I would interact with some of her friends there too, but just to hear what goes on, that's really cool with friends, of course. All right, good.
Yeah.
All right, good. Yay.
Do you want to play League of Legends with random people? I don't know if you want to.
Well,
do that.
no, she'll do that.
I hear some frightening stories of that kind of stuff, as you can with any gaming community. I hear some frightening tales.
With when nobody's online, she'll if she's in the mood, she'll still be over there doing that. But I'm glad there's friends to play with, and especially like if our son is online, it's like all bets are off. Of course, I always defer. Of course, you have to play with Ben.
All bets.
Got to play with him.
I will acquiesce.
Of course. Of course.
Of course. Oh, geez. I don't think that is unfortunate. Of course.
This was thank you for sharing your $15 can of beer. With me.
This is
you
very
still
delicious.
Have more left. But
I do.
That's all right.
In the rest. So that is the rest of everything that is there. But yeah, that was
I'm nursing my 1 ounce of beer here. So no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's all I gave you right there.
That's all I got. I showed you that before.
I gave you more than that. League is fun, but the community needs several hot patches. Yeah, like any community, there could be some patches.
Does Debo play the league?
He did at one point. I don't think he does anymore.
Oh, okay. I was saying he should friend Pocket there.
He could. That would be a good community to friend with.
That would absolutely. She's got a great group of friends that she plays with. So if you are interested in tapping back into that, please reach out and look for Pocket and friend her. So I'm sure she'd appreciate that. Of course, there might be a lot of food talk.
Oh my God, food talk! Why would you food talk? You could do it.
Yeah, and that's true. But like I said, if you are thinking about it all, if you miss it and thought only there were some great fun people, he'll be there for you.
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
Absolutely.
If you're ever thinking of doing that, highly recommend. So. What are you thinking of for next week? You got any ideas? Like I said, I know you talked about maybe another new Anthem beer project.
I can bring that over. We could just open with that.
Yeah.
We could do. I've been enjoying wine. We could do another wine if you want.
Do you have something in particular that either has jumped out to you? Well, I don't know if we can possibly get back to all of it, but maybe can we do one of the Zinfandels we've been talking about?
We could do. We could do one of those. We could.
Is the OZV one around? Because that was always one of my favorites.
We could do that.
I would like to try one of those again because I know
see if we still like it.
Yeah, I would like because that's one I usually do recommend. So it would be kind of nice, like you've talked about before. It's like, well, I used to recommend this one. Is this one still good? Like, haven't had that one in a while. And I always remember it being pretty delicious, so I'd like to do that.
I did try recently. It was our Growers Reserve line, which is our organic wine, and it was Zinfandel, and it's always been $5, and it was always surprisingly good for $5. And I bought one the other day, and it was okay. It changed a little, but that happens with different vintages, different years.
100%.
But so no, we could do an OZV. Do that.
That would maybe be a good one to do, and then then we'll figure out something else to finish out the evening with.
Of course.
But thank you guys all for being here. We are going to raid somebody. We're going to raid somebody that's obviously not. I don't know a lot of people that do the talk show podcast stuff. I should find some more of those. We used to have some people that had rated us that were doing like podcast things, but haven't had those in a while. So we're going to raid some of those playing some video games right now. So we're going to do that. We're going to go say hi to Stone Hallows, who is
not the Deathly Hallows.
No, not the Deathly Hallows, but he's a huge Harry Potter fan.
Okay, all right.
So it does tie in. But
we were watching that before I came over. So.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
She is playing some Horizon Forbidden West, which is the new game on the PlayStation 5, sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn. I almost forgot the name of the other one, but there it is. And another fellow Arizona streamer up in the Phoenix area.
Always enjoy how introvert departs. Enjoyed my stay.
I love that too.
We enjoyed having you here. Of course, all of you.
I'm glad you enjoyed your stay.
Having all of you here.
Yes, 100%. Trials tomorrow. That's true, LG. Trials is tomorrow. Maybe we're going to try some. You want to do some trials this weekend, LG? Can we find 3 people and do that? That would be fun. I would maybe be available on Sunday if we want to do something. We should figure something out. That would be fun. Horizon Zero Spirits. Also enjoyed my stay. I appreciate that everyone says that. That means a lot. Should be a good population, so maybe we'd actually have a chance with your skills and my, limited skills. We'd have a chance.
Your skills and my lack of skills.
They'll equal out. We'll get it to stay. Yeah. With any luck, we'll get that chicken.
It's fantastic.
It's fantastic. Oh man! But thank you guys all for coming out. Hopefully, you guys had a good time. And let's go say hi.
We enjoyed our stay with you.
We did.
Have a good evening. I'll see you next week. See you tomorrow.
Yep. See you next Thursday.